Aliens have attacked Earth, wiping out Earth's forces in a single master stroke. A small resistance force have sent two of their most skilled ninjas, Talon and Blade, to save the planet. Together, they are the Ninja Crusaders. Ninja Crusaders is a 1 or 2 player action platformer released by American Sammy in 1990. The controls are the standard B to attack and A to jump. You start the game with throwing stars, but you can collect additional weapons along the way. Holding the B button will transform your ninja into the animal associated with the weapon you currently have equipped, which kind of reminds me of the Power Rangers. The throwing stars allow you to turn into a nimble tiger. The chain and sickle turns you into a scorpion, which is slow and can barely jump at all, but is really maneuverable underwater. The katana turns you into a powerful dragon, which is the best transformation, but only lasts a limited amount of time. And finally, the bow staff, which wins my award for both worst weapon and worst transformation by becoming a bird that can't even attack. You die in one hit in Ninja Crusaders, but the game is extremely generous with its extra lives, as you gain an extra life each time you collect a power-up of the current weapon you already have equipped, and it features unlimited continues. The 2-player mode in Ninja Crusaders is the best way to play, as both players play at the same time, which is really awesome aside from one major drawback: the screen scroll. You'll have to plan your jumps and maneuvers carefully to keep both players on the same page, otherwise you'll find yourself falling in pits or dying to enemies because one player stopped moving and the screen stopped scrolling. One really cool thing we discovered about Ninja Crusaders is that while one ninja is in animal form, the other player can ride on them while in their ninja form, which actually came in handy a few times. In 2-player mode, if one player turns into the dragon, the other player simply disappears, unable to do anything until the dragon power runs out, which was a big letdown as I wanted to ride on a dragon, gosh darn it. Your action-packed journey through Ninja Crusaders will take you to exotic locations such as Watery Grave, Lake of Chaos, Devil's Forest, Iron Fist Castle, and Hurricane Cruiser. Honestly, most of the levels are pretty generic looking, aside from the Hurricane Cruiser level, which was kind of creative and features your ninjas fighting along the decks of several heavily armed boats. The stages in Ninja Crusader are divided into 2 levels, and at the end of the 2nd level, you'll encounter a boss fight like this grotesque alien insect thing, a UFO, this wiggly armed guy, finally culminating in a final boss fight at the end of stage 5 too. The final boss is, appropriately enough, the most challenging boss in the game and features 2 forms, but even he won't offer enough of a challenge to fray your nerves. The best strategy I found for the final boss was to immediately transform into the tiger and just claw the crap out of him while darting in and out of his attack range. While Ninja Crusaders may be kind of generic overall, I have to admit that my son and I had a lot of fun playing through it. There were many moments where we were both shouting and laughing at the screen due to an accidental death caused by the screen scroll issue I mentioned previously, or dying to an enemy we had previously killed suddenly respawning because the screen had been scrolled far enough. Ninja Crusaders will likely hold a special place in my heart just because of how much fun we had playing through it together, but I can only recommend the single player experience if you've never played it and just want to try it out. Some of the enemies take a ridiculous number of hits to kill in single player, which makes sense if there are 2 players whacking away at them, but alone it just feels tedious. Overall, I give the single player experience of Ninja Crusaders a 2 out of 5, but much like my previous review of 8 Eyes, the 2-player experience earns a bonus point and finishes with a tumultuous 3 out of 5.